What is criminal justice system? According to website, the criminal justice system is the network of government and private agencies intended to manage accused and convicted criminals. The criminal justice system is comprised of multiple interrelated pillars consisting of academia, law enforcement, forensic services, the judiciary, and corrections. What is the 5 pillars of criminal justice system? According to website, the 5 pillars of the criminal justice system is conviction as being supported by 5 pillars, namely the law enforcement, prosecution, court, corrections, and the community.
This is the roles and functions of policemen. It consists of patrolling to supervise conduct, prevent and investigate crimes, and bring offenders to justice. The police are built into communities around the world, and they are meant to serve 4 primary roles: enforce the law, prevent crime, provide emergency response, and provide support services. Together, these responsibilities are the purpose of police pillar, have to act as an intelligence agencies, collecting intelligence for internal security and criminal intelligence for crime prevention, crime detection, and crime control. As a part of criminal justice system, police has to investigate criminal cases and bring criminals before the court of law for justice. The police performs the duties which the law has assigned to them. They are entrusted to protect the public against violence, crime, and other harmful acts. As a result, the police must act by following to ensure that they respect it and apply in a manner which matches their level of responsibility.
Roles and functions of prosecution pillar in the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system in the Philippines, the prosecution pillar is responsible for prosecuting criminal cases on behalf of the state. Below are some of the key roles and responsibilities of the prosecution pillar in the Philippine criminal justice system. Investigation and prosecution of crimes. The prosecution pillar investigates and prosecutes crimes committed in the Philippines. Prosecutors in the Philippines are responsible for investigating the evidence presented by law enforcement agencies and building cases against defendants. Representation of the state. The prosecution pillar represents the interests of the state in criminal cases. They are responsible for ensuring that the accused receives a fair trial and that justice is served in accordance with the law. Upholding the rule of law. The prosecution pillar is responsible for upholding the rule of the law of the Philippines. Prosecutors must follow the law and ensure that all criminal cases are conducted in accordance with the law. Protection of victims. The prosecution pillar also plays a role in protecting victims of crime. Prosecutors in the Philippines are responsible for ensuring that victims' rights are respected throughout the criminal justice process.
The roles and function of court pillar. The third pillar of the CJS is the court pillar. It is the forum where the prosecution is given the opportunity to prove that there is a strong evidence of guilt against the accused. It is also in the courts that the accused is given his day. To disprove the accusation against him, court also called court of law. A person or body of persons having judicial authority to hear and resolve disputes in civil, criminal, ecclesiastical, or military cases. The word court, which originally means simply an enclosed place, also denotes the chamber, hall, building, or other place where judicial proceedings are held.
Based on my research, correction pillar is the fourth pillar. Bring about the correction, rehabilitation, and reintegration of criminal offenders as law-abiding and productive member of our society. It takes over once the accused, after having been found guilty, is meted out the penalty for the crime he committed. The rules and function of correction pillar is the protection of society from dangerous criminals, reformation and rehabilitation of offender. Correction pillar provides control, custody, and care to any person convicted of a criminal offense. We have four functions of the correctional system: the retribution, deterrence, rehabilitation, and social protection. When we say retribution, it is punishing of a criminal serves as an act of revenge for the victims and society. Next is deterrence. It is the correction is intended to discourage offenders from committing future crimes and to make the rest of society think twice about breaking the law. The third one is rehabilitation. Rehabilitation is based on the premise that through correctional intervention, an offender may be changed. This punishment is also known as individualized treatment. And last is the social protection. It is the policies and programs that help individuals and societies to manage risk and volatility, protect them from poverty and inequality, and help them to access economic opportunity.
Rules and function of the community pillar. Community refers to the people, organization, association, government, and other agencies who task to work hand in hand for the promotion of the general welfare of the people. Why the community is treated as one of the pillar of criminal justice system. Where we live in our daily existence, it's the community itself. We work, we eat, we sleep, everything we do, and we do it within the community. The premier of our laws sees it fitting to include the community as part of the pillar of the criminal justice system. Because everything starts at the community and ends to the community. What is so important is to empower the members of the community for the community to become vigilant and take corrective action over the wrongful act of other members of the community. The community pillar include the mobilized members for the community such as the barangays, government agencies, legislative bodies, academic, religious, and civic organizations, and other to which their collective effort are contributory for the deterrence of the criminality and criminal behavior geared towards the common good of a civilized and democratic society.
The criminal justice system, or the CJS, in the Philippines has long been plagued with several problems that hamper its efficiency and effectiveness. Here are some of the most significant issues. The overcrowding in jails. According to the Philippine Statistic Authority, or the BSA, the country's jails are over 400% overcrowded with more than 215,000 inmates crammed into facilities that can only accommodate 40,000. This situation results in poor living conditions and a high risk of diseases transmission. Next one is the lengthy trial processes. The CJS in the Philippines is known for its slow pace, and cases can take years or even decades to resolve. This delay is partly due to the lack of judges and court personnel, inadequate facilities, and the complex legal procedure. The next one is corruption. Corruption corruptions in the CGS is pervasive problem in the Philippines, with reports of bribery, extortion, and other form of legal activities being common. This problem can lead to the manipulation of cases, unjust decisions, and the impunity of criminals. The inadequate legal aid. The majority of Filipinos cannot afford legal services, and the government's legal aid program is insufficient to meet the demand. As a result, many people do not have access to legal representation, leading to an even playing field in the justice system. Police brutality and human rights violations. Report of police brutality and human rights violations, including extrajudicial killings, torture, and arbitrary arrest, are frequent in the Philippines. These abuses are often committed in the name of the war on drugs.
For decades, many have decried how our justice system runs slowly and inefficiently. Despite our constitution directed that every accused has the right not only to a speedy trial but also to the speedy judgment or disposition of the cases. Sadly, it's already taken as the fact of life that the wheels of justice in our country turn at a snail pace. So these are some ways on how to solve existing problems in our criminal justice system. So first is to promote community safety through alternatives to incarceration, and also create fair and effective policy practices, and also promote justice in pre-trial services and practices, and enhance prosecutorial integrity and ensure fair trials and quality indigent defense. Encourage equitable sentencing.
According to my research on the website Panay Newsnet, in fact, according to Asian Development Bank data, up to 60% of the country's total prison population were unsentenced to detained, or individuals simply waiting for trial. In fact, according to BJMP data, as of May 31, 2018, up to 97.6% of its jail population, 141,422 or out of 144,871 were either awaiting trial, undergoing trial, or awaiting final judgment. This poses no insignificant cost of the country's coffers. Some even estimated that in 2016, the government spent up to 74,000 a year per prisoner, which is 3 times what was spent by the Department of Education or DepEd on student. Of course, our proposal is but one step to solve the problem of our slow justice system. Clearly, a comprehensive host of initiative is needed, such as increased public investment in our justice system, constant training, upskilling, and capacity building among the officers and workers of the courts, deployment of the technology solution whenever possible and appropriate, and reforms in criminal procedure. But hopefully, having judges at large serving around the country will help ongoing efforts in improving the pace of our courts so that justice not only serves timely but also swiftly.
According to my research, the purpose of the criminal justice system should therefore not be just to arrest, prosecute, and punish criminals. The system as a whole should have a greater purpose: to prevent crime and to create a peaceful, law-abiding society. The criminal justice system is any organization that touches upon the question of law and order in society. As an individual, you can come in contact with the criminal justice system in a number of ways. If you come in contact with a cop out on the street, you come in contact with the criminal justice system. If you are called to jury duty, you come in contact with the criminal justice system. Our prison system is part of the criminal justice system. Our courts are parts of criminal justice system. our law enforcement are part of criminal justice system. Enforcement is part of the criminal justice system.